Send things over to Katie Fournette now, who's with local political science expert, to talk more on Biden ending his campaign and the impact that it'll have on Wisconsin. Katie.
Thanks, Keith. I'm joined again with Dr. Jeffrey Peterson from UW-Eau Claire. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Always a pleasure.
It has been just an historic couple of weeks, but I want to ask you about Congressman Derek Van Orden's letter to Vice President Harris to invoke the 25th Amendment. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, he's calling for Kamala Harris to invoke the 25th Amendment with Section 4, which is the section where the cabinet, of a majority of members of cabinet vote that the president is incapacitated and can no longer serve in office. They make a recommendation to Congress and all this, and it goes through this big long process to determine if the president should continue serving. It's really designed for situations, for example, where the president's been in a coma or or something, kidnapped. It was mostly written because of what happened during Woodrow Wilson's presidency when he had a stroke and was out of commission for 18 months. It's really not intended for a situation like this. I mean, obviously, Congressman Van Orden has the right to send the letter, but it's really not applicable to this particular situation, given what's going on. So.
Yes, and we just heard that, Kamala Harris, she is expected to be in Wisconsin tomorrow. So do you think we're going to be seeing a lot of these visits here in the next couple months?
Absolutely. I mean, given that all the polling shows the race is tight nationally, and Wisconsin has been one of the battleground purple states for multiple elections. So I would be shocked if we didn't see Harris, assuming she gets the nomination, and Biden and Obama and Michelle Obama and a whole plethora of other luminaries from the Democratic Party and also from the Republican Party coming through, right? Because it's going to be a close race, and so there's no reason not to expect it realistically. So
yes, and speaking of those close races, Wisconsin went for Trump in 2016, narrowly in 2020 went to Biden. So polls before yesterday's announcements have been showing that it's going to be a toss-up between Biden and Trump. But do you think that still will be the case?
I don't see any reason why it won't be.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see what the polling looks like post, Biden dropping out of the race. But I can't see anything that would suddenly shift the race 5 or 6 percentage points either direction. We'd suddenly it's not going to be close. If this is if they're separated by more than 2 or 3 percentage points come November, I'll be really quite surprised. It's just it's the nature of the state right now. So.
And quickly, what can we expect from former President Trump now?
Well, I mean, they're going to have a big shift in terms of strategy, obviously, because they have built a lot of what they're doing around attacking Biden for his age and supposed infirmity, and obviously that's not going to work when the Democratic candidate is potentially 20 years younger than you. Right. So it's going to require a big shift in strategy on the part of the Trump campaign. I don't think that the style will change, but the targets have to change and the message has to change because the candidate is different. There's no way around it. So.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you more in the next coming couple months, I think.
I feel like the odds are pretty good.
I think so.
That's a safe bet.
Keith?
All right, thanks, Katie.